Good evening, this is Zaid Aladdin with the latest news. His Majesty the King inaugurates the new headquarters of the Jordan Armed Forces Arab Army. Jordan celebrates His Majesty King Abdullah's 62nd birthday today. And dozens of Palestinians are killed and injured by Israeli airstrikes in the Gaza Strip. And now for the details. His Majesty King Abdullah, the Supreme Commander of the Jordan Armed Forces Arab Army, accompanied by His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein, inaugurated the new JAF headquarters in Yajuz neighborhood in Amman. During a tour of the new headquarters, the King was briefed on its facilities, which extend over an area of 300 dunums and established by the support of the United Arab Emirates. His Majesty signed the visitor's book expressing pride in members of the Jordan Armed Forces and their sacrifices in defending Jordan. Jordan celebrates His Majesty King Abdullah's 62nd birthday today. On this occasion, His Majesty received cables of well wishes from heads of state and government, as well as senior officials and officers and representatives of civil society and organizations. The lower house of Parliament continued today its deliberations over the 2024 draft state budget law. The lawmakers' remarks focused on the economic conditions in the kingdom, pointing to the rising public debt, the general budget deficit, and the need for the government to find solutions to these problems. In the session, chaired by Speaker Ahmad Safadi and attended by Prime Minister Bishr Khassaouni and the government team, the MPs also called for the implementation of mega projects such as the National Water Carrier and supporting the health, agricultural, tourism, and educational sectors. In remarks during the session, Al-Khassaouni said that the government is proud of the financial and economic performance that contributed to the protection of citizens from economic shocks. Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi discussed with British Foreign Secretary David Cameron the situation in the Gaza Strip, efforts to reach a ceasefire and deliver humanitarian aid to the besieged enclave. In a telephone conversation, Safadi warned against the dangerous repercussions of the continued aggression on Gaza and the deterioration of the humanitarian situation in the Strip. At least 114 Palestinians have been killed and 250 others injured over the past 24 hours as Israel continued its bombardment and airstrikes in various parts of the Gaza Strip. Medical sources said scores of civilians were killed and dozens of others wounded in an Israeli shelling of two homes in Al-Sabra neighborhood south of Gaza City. The Gaza Health Ministry said in a statement that a total of 26,750 Palestinians have been killed and nearly 65,640 wounded in Israeli strikes on Gaza since October the 7th. Meanwhile, Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh said the group will review a ceasefire proposal put forward after talks in Paris, adding he would visit Cairo for discussions on the plan. 3 Palestinians have been killed when Israeli forces stormed Ibn Sina Hospital in Jenin, in the occupied West Bank. Medical sources said that about 10 Israeli Special Forces soldiers disguised in doctors' uniforms and civilian clothes infiltrated the hospital and shot dead the young men. Meanwhile, the Israeli army arrested 18 Palestinians during raids in various cities, including Jenin, Ramallah, Hebron, Nablus, and Jerusalem. That's it for tonight. Thank you and goodbye.